Edwards, and it's time for the Sports Page Spotlight to be on Heritage High School football as head coach Tim Hammontree and quarterback Cameron Carter joins us. Coach, last season you were 3-8, pretty deceiving record in my mind because you played a lot of games close, and one of those games was to West, who had an outstanding football team, and you did a great job against them. You put a lot of points on the board last year. Talk a little bit about your offense this year.
Well, Cameron Carter is an important part, of course, being the quarterback, and he understands our offense because in the last 2 years that's been his job, is to make sure he was ready to go at any time. He also started for us last year as a wide receiver, so his concepts about routes, things that we need to get done early in games, controlling the ball, that kind of thing is important. So at the beginning of this year, we felt like that Cameron Carter was our guy, and we still do believe that, even though at this time he's got a small injury that's going to keep him out for a couple of weeks, and then we'll be glad to have him back when the meat of our region schedule starts.
Now you have another quarterback, DJ Cooper. Is that correct? And he can throw the ball long. Are we going to look at two quarterbacks that's going to share some time? Are you going to settle on one quarterback? Or are you going to put quarterback in there depending on situations? How's that going to work for us?
Well, if we score like we're supposed to, then we're able to put the next guy in because we've got a little leeway in there. Yeah. Cameron's our leader. He's our guy. He's in charge. He'll be one of our guys that's going to be named captain at a later date, so he's a very important part. Now, DJ's come a long way. He's got some athletic ability. He's tall. He can see. He understands our routes. But just to throw a young guy in who hadn't had a lot of varsity experience, we're not ready to do that yet.
Cameron, you move into the quarterback position. Give our listeners out there a little bit of a scouting report on your style of play.
I like to scramble a lot. That's part of my game, and that's always really been like one of the big parts of my game. I love to run the ball. I do love to throw the ball deep down the field too, but scrambling, that's probably my style of game.
Coach Trail, you had a scrambler over there at UT called Condridge Holloway a few years ago. What about a scrambling quarterback?
Well, they're good when they scramble good, but I mean, when they scramble when they shouldn't scramble, it's not too good. But the hardest thing about a scrambling quarterback is being in the offensive line. You don't ever know what I need to be doing. Yeah. Are we going to scramble? Or are we going to do whatever we're going to do? You drop back to pass, and then he scrambles, and my man makes the tackle, and you say, well, God dang, I didn't know you were going to do that.
The hardest thing for a defense is a scrambling quarterback.
Well, yeah. Everybody, nobody knows what's going to happen.
But it's exciting.
It's exciting. That's right.
Coach, the defensive side of the ball, talk a little bit about your defense this year.
Well, a little bit more improvement up front. We've got some guys that are more physical than they have been before, and we've got a rotation of people that are coming in, especially at the defensive end spot. So we've got some guys that are not having to play both ways, that are rested to come in, and our linebacker core that's backing them up. This is the fastest and the strongest group of players that we've had. And those inside and outside backers have enough speed now that we can play a 3-4 defense. And our secondary is fast enough to react and recover on the run. We're already better than we've ever been in a 4-year span on defense. We've picked these balls off and runs with these footballs, and I think last night we had an interception return, 107 yards for a touchdown, and right at it by Zach Ambrin.
And Zach's been around. He's a good player.
Well, he's been around. Yeah, he's been starting out at Heritage since he was 7.
Right.
So, he understands what our concepts are, and he's done a really good job. Yeah. Yes.
Cameron, you got to hurry up offense from a quarterback position, a snap every 16 seconds, or that's what Coach wants. How does the play calling work on that? You call the play, come from the sidelines, how's it work?
We go by signals. We get it in from the coach, and we pick up the tempo as we go. We get first down after first down, and that's a big part of the offense.
Coach, talk a little bit about your preseason scrimmages. I know everybody's played pre-scrimmage games. How did you fare in those, and what did you learn from it?
Well, the format to those most of the time had been exactly what it would be for a game. We started out with an Oak Ridge scrimmage early in week 1, went over to Oak Ridge, played there at Blankenship Field, did a 4-quarter game, officials there. The only thing that wasn't live, of course, was kick returns at that time. And in the first 2 quarters, we play ones. The third quarter comes in, we play a couple series with ones, and then we start subbing in as we go. So, we came back out, and normally our team's down by 7 or down by 10. We may not fare so well. This football team is a different team. They came back out, put 2 on the board really, really quick at Oak Ridge. We had great success at Morristown East doing the same thing, and then the other night with Sevier County at home in a full game, great success there also. So we're putting those 30 to 50 points on the board, and defensively we're keeping people under 20 and 25. So we're better.
Good. Cameron, what does this team need to do to return to the playoffs?
I think we just need to keep working hard on the field. And as far as the quarterbacks go, they just make good decisions. I believe in DJ and I believe in Max and our athletes on the outside just making big plays for us. And that defense, the defense I can tell has improved a lot from last year, especially that linebacking core. We got real speedy guys, and our secondary is going to be good. And I believe in this team.
Coach, how does the league look this year that you're playing in? Give us a little bit of a breakdown on maybe some of the teams that's in your league.
Well, the things that we're looking at as far as region play is concerned, we just take those teams one at a time. But when we say that we're taking them one at a time, every week in our region, we're one player away from either being really good or not being able to line up, because it's not like we have this depth. I mean, the people that are in our region, they don't have those depth either. West is the only team out there later on outside our region that we could meet in the playoffs that has that kind of depth at skill people. But everybody else that we've got on our schedule as far as region teams go, they're just like us, but they lose one player and it can change the entire region schedule. So to predict that's almost impossible.
You've had some improvements to your field. Talk a little bit about what's been going on down at Heritage as far as the facilities are concerned.
Well, I think somebody said that we were getting turf. We've had turf for a long time. It just smells different. Okay, so it's called grass, and that's been great. We do have a new scoreboard, and that scoreboard came in with a lot of hype, and, we were privileged to be able to show it at the Jamboree and say that, we're starting to make these changes gradually while we're here. We have a really good practice facility behind our stadium. We've got new lights, and we're thankful for those. But the thing that's most important for us at our facility, of course, is to be on it every day, bring in our rec league kids so that they can practice and see what we're about as coaches. We have 7 former players now that are coaching in our rec league programs. Today, for example, we've got a rec league jamboree going on out there. We've got Knoxville schools, everybody under the sun that's on our campus. They've got a place to warm up and practice, walk right through the stadium and get back on the field. So we're selling our place as the best place to watch a game, because everybody that comes out there says what a beautiful view. And our football players are tired of hearing about it. They would like to put a region championship banner up on top of our scoreboard. Then it's a beautiful view after that.
Well, I've been out to many games at Heritage High School, and it's the best view that I've ever been to as far as the football setting goes. And you've done a great job out there as far as all that you've put into the program and the pregame and the blow-up deal that you run through.
Well, all of that is volunteer people. We've really struggled early on, first couple of years, of just finding that little niche where we could get community involved. So it's all volunteer work.
And a lot of it comes from working some UT games too, don't you? Don't you get some?
Well, we did the concessions for years at UT. This is the first time we're out of that. I think we got to the point where we saw way too many things at the game by too many young men. So we decided that we would stay away. Yeah, we just backed out. Yeah.
Cameron, real quick here, the other quarterback, DJ Cooper. He's got some tools as a quarterback also, and we've talked about him a little bit. How do y'all work together in practice? Do you learn from each other? How does that work?
Yeah, DJ's always learning from me, and I'm always learning stuff from him. We both are bought into the system and the offense and how it works and where to go with the ball, making good decisions. And I'll learn a lot from DJ while I'm out, and he'll learn a lot from me while I'm back in.
Coach, you got Maryville at home.
Yes,
First
sir.
night. That's a tough one. Tell us a little bit about that. It's going to be a home opener there at your place, correct?
Well, we would love to have a huge gate at that one, but just because it's local early in the year, we would like for it to be a cool night, and we would like for everybody to come in.
Good luck
We'd like
with
for
that.
everybody, yeah. We would like for everybody to come in and feel, like they're going to watch a game that's important, and it is important to us.
Sure it is.
There's no doubt that the depth is different. There's no doubt that the talent pool is different. What we want to do on our side is continue to get better as a team, and we're not willing to lay down for anyone, of course, but at the same time, we got to remember that we're there for one reason at our school, and that's to play for our school.
Coach and Cameron, thanks for coming down this morning, and best of luck to both of you against Maryville in your opener and throughout the season.
Thank you.
Hopefully it'll be another good playoff run for you.
Thank you.
A timeout has been called. We'll turn the page, and it will be the Lambert Acres Golf Club Trivia Question of the Week. You're listening to the Sports Page, and now stay tuned for the best in local sports.
You finally